Right, so this is gonna be fairly much different. I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this or is it just a little bit of a therapeutic session for myself. Yeah, the title says it all really. It's happened again. It's happened again. For any of you Arsenal or Spurs fans. I'm talking about that though. The thing is, for us who've been around a little bit longer, let's say a year and a half ago, I fell in love with someone, even though I probably shouldn't have, because that was a way different situation. And I was just, you know, probably, I say this, it's a year ago, I was 18, but still, I was young and stupid. That's exactly how they say it. Some of you might know I've been in a relationship before. It lasted 2 years. It was good. You know, there was nothing wrong with it. Eventually went our separate ways because again we both got older. We both found different things for us and that were better for us to do and, you know, focus on, which is totally fair. Then, well, what I told you about like a year ago, a year and a half ago, that happened. I fell in love with someone that I honestly barely even knew. But it still happened, and you can't control that, and it happened. And let's just keep it nice. She broke it off with me in a not so nice way, and it hurt me a lot. Like I was down, depressed even, for weeks and maybe even months. I felt it through my entire body. I didn't want to eat anymore. I forgot my appetite totally. My ambition for, you know, YouTube and what I want to achieve in life, being happy, it was all gone. It didn't matter to me anymore. And I was so afraid of that feeling. I never wanted it again. So I've not dated or seen or whatever a girl or woman for over a year. And after that, for about a year after that. And just, you know, A, because I didn't find anyone, but I wasn't searching either, which is B, because I didn't want to. I was afraid. You know, I was afraid of that it would happen to me again, because that feeling, I mean, I've been in some situations where you could feel bad about, but a breakup, if you've not been through it, or if you have, then you probably share the experience. A breakup is the single most powerless situation in your life, if it's not coming from you, of course, which is the case, was the case. I felt, as I said, I felt depressed. I felt alone. Even though I have a great family who takes care of me, talks to me, you know, tries to make me feel better, I felt alone. And there's nothing that anyone can do about that. You know, they always say, go out with friends, pick up hobbies, do all of that stuff. And, you know, if it works for you, then that's great. But it didn't work for me. None of that worked for me. The whole idea didn't even work for me. How could I, you know, do nice things with friends when my head is all around, you know, how sad I am and how annoyed I am and how much I miss the person and the situation. I can't be nice. I can't do nice things in that situation. I can't. And the same goes for picking up hobbies. You know, what do you want me to go do? Fucking play golf when I feel sad and when I feel bad, you know? Maybe if it works for you, then that's fantastic. And if you haven't tried it yet, maybe you should. But for me, it didn't work. It wasn't the thing that helped me. And then again, we come back to the point where I just felt extremely powerless, alone, and without options, really. And as I just said, it's happened again. Around halfway through December, I met someone, which is exactly what happened last time, which is kind of ironic. I met someone, and, you know, I didn't take it as fast as I did this time. I took it a bit slower. She did as well, but it's fair to say that we fell in love, you know, just straight up and honest. I haven't been talking to you guys about it at all, even though I'm totally brutally honest to you always, because I wasn't sure if it wasn't gonna become a thing. I wasn't sure quite yet, but I'm not gonna lie, I was actually about to make the video talking about how I, you know, met someone, fell in love, and, you know, wanted to sometime introduce her to you guys. And, yeah, fortunately today, that all came crashing down in the most depressing of ways again. And here I am again. Different house, different place, different office, different me, but still the same pain, but worse. For me, it's they say that, you know, a second time, you're adapted to it. You know how to deal with it. But I mean, it's still fresh, obviously, as it happened today. But I feel worse than I did back then. Simply put, because I know that this girl was, you know, if you believe in it or not. And I've always said that I don't. And so therefore it's ironic that I say this. But, you know, I felt that she was the one for me. And I've always said, and I've always claimed that I didn't believe in that. And I, you know, that's why it's so weird for me to have to admit that I found that. I never thought I would. I never expected I would, because I didn't know, I didn't believe it existed. I believe that every relationship, every love story, every marriage just exists out of two people who can have a great time together and eventually learn to live with each other's flaws. I always believed that was love. And I always thought that was love. That was been love for me. I never felt, you know, I mean, it's not really true, but I never felt, you know, very excited. I never felt extremely happy. I never felt really, really good about previous, you know, flings or relationships or whatever you want to call it. And this time I did. Every time this person talked to me, my day just got instantly 10 times better. Maybe even 100. Probably 1,000. When I was with this person, even though we sometimes, you know, annoyed each other because we had differences and we couldn't agree on certain things maybe, and maybe I was annoying at points, she said some things, you know, it happens. But when I was with her, you know, I couldn't stay mad at her, even if she said something that annoyed me or whatever. I could not stay mad at her because, you know, you look her in the eye and you have that feeling that I just pronounced, she is the one. You have the feeling that you actually love this person. I had that. And I loved it. And I was so invested in it that it hurts all the more. Because I was expecting to, you know, maybe this sounds stupid because I've only met her like half a year ago, but I was expecting to be with this girl for a long time. Maybe even forever, but you never know that, but for a long time. I wanted that. That was my goal because I felt that everything was okay with her. I felt that I could be myself. I felt that I, you know, in previous relationships, even though I had good times and I had fun and, you know, everything was okay-ish, but I never really felt that I could fully express myself, fully express my ambition to, you know, continue doing YouTube and not do anything else until this is absolutely filled. I never felt that I could really express like my enthusiasm for like some kinds of music or video games or you know, be the silly geeky me that I am at times, because I felt like I had to put up this personality, not really personality, but this sort of counter image of me also being cool and being you know, some kind of a bad boy. Not really, but you know what I mean. You know, I never felt like I was really able to be myself, and I had that, and it was great, and everything was great. You know, the entire feeling around this entire relationship was great. And then today I got a text that she no longer felt that this should be a thing. And, you know, it was just like a movie, really. I knew I shouldn't, but it was 7 a.m. in the morning and I rushed to her place. I rushed to where she lives. And I waited there for 4 or 5 hours. I had to pee terribly bad, and I saw her, and you know, we spoke, and yeah, it basically just confirmed that she doesn't want this anymore, and to be honest, I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know that I said last time, of course, that you know, that I was depressed, that I felt bad and blah, blah. And eventually, when you look back on it, you think like, oh, silly, why did you feel like that because of her? But then this tells me why, because I do feel that way. Again, but way worse, because I felt so much more for this person than I ever have. And it's gone. So, I don't know why I'm telling you this. I don't even know, again, if I'm uploading this at all. It might just be therapeutic for myself. But I don't know what to tell you now. I don't know what I want from this. I don't know why. Again, I tell you this because it's not gonna help me. It's not gonna make me get her back. It's not gonna make me get this situation back. You know, and I'm still in the phase now where I still have hope that, you know, in 2, 3, 4 days a week, or maybe even right now as I'm recording this, but probably not. She sends me a message saying, you know, I'm sorry, you were right. This is not, I do want this. And, you know, everything gets happily back together, but that's usually not how it works. It's not a movie. It's real life, and it's harsh, and it's painful. And, yeah. Though I know that the whole reason why I posted videos of me talking about this last time this happened to me, 1.5 years ago, I said the reason was so I could look back on it one day and look at myself, think, God boy, you were so stupid for feeling the way you did about this girl, and well, here I am, feeling even worse about a way more special girl. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do next. I can continue working. I have to. I will. But that's not going to solve it. I can, you know, again, talk about picking up new hobbies, going out with friends. It's not going to help. I'm just going to have to wait it out again. And that is that makes me afraid. I fear the feelings that I'm going to get again, and that I already have right now. I fear them. They do bad things with me, and they make me feel bad, obviously. And there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just gonna have to live with, you know, those feelings for the next couple of weeks, months. And start all over again, somehow. And again, maybe, I'm still in the phase where I have the hope that at some point in the coming period of time, it all gets glued back together, and you know, we at some point not laugh about it, but say that this was a turning point for us in the relationship, and that we found that, you know, even that couldn't stop us. But another part within me says that I shouldn't hope for that, because it can only hurt me more. I know I always want to have faith in love and in relationships and in people. But it's at moments like these where I just don't know if I can or should. I don't know if this helps you, maybe at some point, if you're dealing with it. I hope it does. I hope in some way this can help someone at some point dealing with the same pain and stress, because, man, I hope you get over it soon, because it's horrible.